Everybody, and I want to thank Senator Durbin for joining us here. Now, this week, it's no secret the Senate is moving forward on confirming more of President Biden's judicial nominees. Yesterday, we confirmed Judge Embry Kidd to serve as a lifetime appointment as a circuit judge to the 11th Circuit. Last night, I filed cloture on another 9 nominees to serve as district judges across the country, in Arizona, California, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, D.C. So in total, I've now filed on 12 district court judges since the end of last week. We'll keep working to confirm these lifetime appointments. It's far too important, and we're not going to let anything stand in our way. And that's going to continue today. We expect to vote on as many as 3 judges today. Everyone should be prepared for another late night on Wednesday to vote on nominations and get as many judges done as possible. I'm very proud of the judges we've confirmed over the last 4 years, all of which have been highly qualified individuals. Together, they represent a wide range of experiences and areas of expertise. For 4 years, we've expanded the sort of backgrounds and resumes that make for a qualified nominee to the federal bench. We've not only confirmed more women and people of color, but we have judges in different backgrounds, not just prosecutors and fancy partners in big law firms, but people in consumer protection, and civil rights, and voting rights. All of these individuals are highly qualified on their own merits, but their broad range of backgrounds, experiences, is an additional asset to the bench and, in turn, to our country. But we're not done yet. There are more judges to confirm. We'll spend the rest of the week and the rest of the year focused on confirming them. Now, a person who's played an instrumental role in this and allowed us to do this is Senator Durbin, who has led the Judiciary Committee so diligently and is even continuing to vote on some more judges in the future. Senator Durbin.
Thanks, Chair. Thank you very much. It's my honor to have served on the Senate Judiciary Committee for more than 20 years and to have entertained 1,000 nominees for lifetime appointments to the bench. For the last 4 years, working with the Biden White House, we have brought forward some nominees who are truly extraordinary. And I believe that each and every one of them has an important contribution to make to our federal judiciary and to our government. I want to thank President Biden as well as the White House for the quality of nominees that we have received. Now, the committee has diligently considered each of these nominees. We've had good days and bad days when it came to reviewing their backgrounds. I think the best day of all was Ketanji Brown Jackson and her ascension to the Supreme Court. She truly was a pillar of strength through the nomination hearing and has been an extraordinary jurist on the court. We've had other moments which were less edifying on the committee, but I'm going to put those in the past and look to the future. Here's the story I hope you'll take. 90% of the judges that we are considering on the floor of the Senate, and I hope we'll be considering before the end of this session, were bipartisan. There was support from the Republican side on 90% of them, including 3/4 of the nominees for the appellate court. It's been a hallmark of this administration, working with the Judiciary Committee to try to find common ground. Many of these judges are judges from red states, where the senators actually sat down with the White House and worked out differences. I think that is in the best spirit and the best history of this committee as well. We have other work to do, but I'm really proud of the fact that the Judiciary Committee, on a bipartisan basis, has met its constitutional responsibility.
Question? Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering if you could give us your post-game analysis of why Democrats lost this election, particularly maybe in the Senate, but also what needs to change before the next election.
Okay. Well, look, first, I said to my caucus, and I've said to so many others, this election was a loss, but it's also a challenge. And we Democrats are busy looking at what we did right. We did a whole lot of things right. None of you were predicting, or many of you were predicting the opposite. We'd lose 5, 6, 7 seats. It's a tough map. It's hard to win when the presidential, against the presidential tide. And the only person since the post-Obama era, when things were polarized, who won a Senate seat when her presidential candidate lost was Susan Collins. We did 4 of them. We did a lot right. And a lot of what we did right was focusing on economic issues, focusing on implementing the great things that we did in 21 and 22. Now, we also did a lot of things wrong, and we're going to look in the mirror and analyze those. There are also some things that we didn't do that we should have done. The next month for us, we've had great discussions in our caucus, no holds barred, everyone lets their hair down. But in the next month, we're spending a lot of time listening, and then as a unified party, we will move forward. Yes, go ahead.
Go Bills. Second.
Was that Josh Allen? Whoa. It was one of the highlights of what was a tough week, watching Josh Allen run for that 30 yards. Whoa. And I was with my grandson. Oh, can I brag about my grandson? I shouldn't do this. While we were watching the game, we were playing, my son-in-law and I were playing spelling bee. Now, he's 5. You know how spelling bee works? He got a word. He said, nibble is a word. And I said, N-I-B-B-L-E. Thank you, everybody. Go ahead.
Hey, my question, sir. You're seeing Senate Republicans right now using every delay tactic in the books to try and prevent your judicial nominees from going through. They're already warning you against doing that when they take control in holding up many of these nominees that President Trump is putting forward. Are you concerned at all?
Let me say 2 things. First, we believe appointing these judges and nominating and voting on these judges is very important. They can try dilatory tactics, but we're going to persist, as we showed last night, as we're persisting now. In terms of the nominations, we think every nominee deserves a vote. A lot of that is in Senator Thune's hand. And it'll be very important to see whether he stands by what we've had in America for hundreds of years, the Senate advise and consent. Yes. Yes, young lady over there. I couldn't.
What's your approach to working with the new slate of GOP leadership, and have you or do you want a meeting with Senator Thune to talk about things like nominees and the agenda?
Okay, first, Senator Thune and I have always had a good bipartisan relationship through the years, and I hope that will continue. I certainly want to sit down and talk with him. And as I've said before, whenever we can work in a bipartisan way to get things done, we will, but we're going to keep our principles, and we'll have to go from there. Yes, right behind her. Yes. Purple shirt. We're going to do everything we can to get as many judges confirmed as we can. Way in the back. Yes, the young lady over there in the striped shirt. That's you.
Both chambers decide their own rules, but what do you think about the effort by some House Republicans to ban Congresswoman-elect Sarah McBride?
Yeah. Look, we should be focusing, we in the Senate are going to be focusing on the things we should be doing, coming forward with good judges, trying to get the NADAA bill done, trying to get the budget done. As for what the Congresswoman did, I think it's mean and cruel. Last one.
So J.D. Vance is saying that they're interviewing FBI director nominees, the Trump administration, incoming Trump administration is. What would your response be if Christopher Wray was fired by Donald Trump?
Well, I'm not. We're going to wait and see what happens in each of these instances before commenting. Thank you, everybody.